Hi guys, so I wanted to share a video with my followers that is a little bit more about me as a person, because I actually realized that a lot of my community and my clients and my followers, they don't even know where I'm from, and they don't know maybe about the degree that I studied or the university I went to, and also what I like and where I live and how long I've been in Dubai, if I like cats or if I like dogs. And I like cats, by the way, I don't really like dogs. So I just wanted to make a very simple video explaining a bit more about me as a person. So actually, this always shocks people, but I'm from a very small village in rural Wales. So if you know Wales, you know that Wales is, very rural anyway, but my village is very rural. So it's around 7,000 people. So it's very small and it's right by the ocean. So I could walk to the ocean from my home, from my family home, and from my grandparents' home as well. So I guess this is why I always love the ocean as well in Dubai. So I'm from a very small village, and actually to give you kind of idea about how small the village is, so we didn't have a police station, and we didn't have a hospital, and we didn't have a train station, and we didn't really have a gym, and we didn't have a sauna. And we had one high street, you can call it, with shops on the high street. Obviously, we had a relatively small supermarket as well. But it was very rural, and if you wanted to do anything, you actually had to drive to the next village. So I'm actually from a very small village in Wales, and I grew up there for 18 years of my life. And there's only one secondary school as well, and we call a secondary school a comprehensive. So we call secondary schools comprehensive in Wales. So I went to primary school in my village, and then I went to comprehensive school in my village too. And then after I completed my A-levels, I went to Cardiff University, which is the University of Wales. And it's actually a pretty good school for biomedicine. I had to get very good grades. And actually, when I went to Cardiff University, that was my first time being exposed to the world and actually leaving my village and living somewhere and being exposed that is almost similar to a mega city. So after I did I did a biomedicine degree, which is basically a research medical degree. So my degree and traditional medicine, we actually share a very similar curriculum. So the first year was exactly the same. And then after that, if you study medicine, you actually do more patient care. Whereas if you study biomedicine, you do more research. So my degree is more research based, but it enabled me to understand in depth all of the key mechanisms which I talk about when I discuss science. So I took a few different modules when I went to university, and I took anatomy. So I actually worked on a human cadaver for 1 year, which I really didn't like. So a human cadaver is a dead body that has been donated to science. And I really didn't like this. I thought I would enjoy it, but I became very squeamish very early on, and it was too late for me to change the curriculum, so I just had to continue. So I did work on a real human cadaver for 1 year in my university degree. And also I studied concepts of human disease, which is where we understand human disease at the system and organ and muscle tissue and cellular and intracellular, and then genetic and epigenetic level as well. I also studied a few different modules too. Physiology, which is where you understand homeostasis and compared to concepts of disease. And then I also studied evolution as well. I was interested in evolution too, and I also studied infectious disease and microbiology. So I left my university degree, my biomedicine degree, with a really good understanding of concepts, and this is how I can read scientific studies and actually apply my knowledge when working with my clients today. yeah, so from 0 to 18 in my village, and then and it's a gorgeous village, by the way, but it was just so rural. And then actually from 18 to 21 at Cardiff University. And then when I turned 21, I wanted to have more from life. So between my second and my third year of university, I actually did an internship in London. So I did a digital marketing internship, and I actually spent 2 to 3 months in London for the digital marketing internship. And actually that inspired me so much. So when I finished my university degree, I moved from Cardiff University, and I actually moved from my university halls with my friends straight to London. And when I got to London, I actually realized what the world is like, and I really enjoyed London. And when I got to London, I started working at a hyperbaric oxygen clinic. And this was at number 1 Hyde Park. So it was a very beautiful hyperbaric oxygen clinic. And I worked there for around 2 years, and it was called the Wellness Lab. So if anyone is in London and they want to get hyperbaric oxygen and other modalities, because actually the Wellness Lab, they have a whole range of modalities, then you should of course go to the Wellness Lab. So every day I would, and I lived in West London, so every day I would go from Kensington, and I would go to number 1 Hyde Park at the Wellness Lab, and I would learn about hyperbaric oxygen. And this was the first time that I actually, started looking at patients and individuals who were chronically sick and feeling them, having empathy for these people. We would see autistic children, and we would see people with cancer, quite late stage cancer as well. We would see people with ulcerative colitis. We would see people with Parkinson's, because all of these people wanted to come in and use the hyperbaric oxygen. We'd also see really cool biohackers and models as well, and people who are into optimization. So that was really fun. But this was the first time where I was actually dealing and working with people on a one-to-one basis and helping them overcome their chronic health issue. So that was a very big step for me in my journey. So after I worked at the Wellness Lab in London, I then moved to Dubai in 2021, and this is where I am right now. So I'm still in Dubai, and I absolutely love Dubai. So if anyone knows me, they know that I love it here. I have such an amazing community here. I feel so safe here. I'm so happy here. I feel like I can grow here, and it's such an amazing place. So I got my residency in 2021. I moved, my flight was, I think it was the 21st of October, 2021, and I was really excited to move. It was so fun. And and then since moving and I got my residency, I just enjoyed Dubai so much. And I've lived everywhere in Dubai. I've lived on the boulevard downtown, I've lived in JBR, I've lived in the marina as well. And I love all different parts of Dubai. So when I came to Dubai, I actually opened my own LLC, and this is when I wanted to actually specialize. And in the beginning, I started to do general naturopathy, so I was doing more of a wide range of clients. I was seeing a wide range of clients. But I actually found that it was hard for me to master a skill if I was seeing a wide range of clients. And as I've come to learn about myself and my learning style, I've actually realized that I'm a specialist. So I don't deal too well with context, and I'm hyper specific and too obsessive with things. So I get hyper specific, and I like hyper specific pieces of information. So I like very specific pieces of information. And this is why I actually wanted to specialize in immunocompromisation, and a very specific form of immunocompromisation, which is biotoxin illness, which is known as mold illness, which is known as chronic inflammatory response syndrome. So I started doing this around 2.5 years ago. And at the same time, I was also learning about peptide therapy, which now I'm pretty good at. And also I was learning about a number of different other regenerative medicine therapies too. And after I left the wellness lab, I joined my London clinic, which is my main partner clinic, Neutro Clinic. And me and Alexandra, my partner, she's absolutely amazing. She founded the clinic and I joined very early on. And actually, we actually started the peptide therapy in London. And Alexandra is one of the main reasons why I understand so much about regenerative medicine too. And now I'm working on a book. So I'd actually like to publish a book on peptide therapy, and I'm also working on my master's. So I'm doing a master's in stem cell and regeneration, and then I'm going to do a PhD. So I really want to be Dr. Jessica Alana. It's one of my goals since I was a child, and my family have always loved me so much and always encouraged me so much to go after my dreams. I remember like very early on, my father would help me with my science projects and my mum would help me with my science projects too. And actually the main reason why I got into science and why I believe that I can understand intricate science is because of my family. So my family, they have supported me all the way. So yeah, one day I will become Dr. Jessica Alana. I'm not sure which topic I will do a PhD in yet. I guess I'll figure that out when the time comes. So now you kind of know a bit about how I was born, a little bit more about my nature from where I've grown up and where I studied. And also, a little bit more about how I came to Dubai and how long I've been living in Dubai. And as I said at the beginning of the video, I don't really like dogs. I mean, I like dogs. They're okay, but I'm way more of a cat person. I feel like cats, they're just so autonomous. And I really prefer like a cat, but I don't like girl cats. I like boy cats. For example, I had a boy cat in London. He was all white. I'll put a picture of him here. I love him. I still love him. I gave him to a very good friend of mine because I couldn't bring him to Dubai for obvious reasons. But he was called Chewbacca. So after Star Wars, of course, I love Star Wars as well. I love Lord of the Rings, I love Star Wars. Me and my brothers love this kind of nerdy Star Wars, Lord of the Rings series. So I hope that this video has helped us connect more and helped you get to understand me and my personality and my nature a little bit better, and a little bit more about my history and where I'm from and who I am. And if you have any questions, I would love to answer. I think I'm going to start making more videos about me and more daily life vlogs for my YouTube, alongside the science as well. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope to stay in touch, and yeah, thank you so much.